The story begins with a girl named Iris and her boyfriend Josh. A few months ago, they first met at a grocery store, and from that very first meeting, they fell deeply in love. Now the two of them are on their way to a party at a countryside villa owned by one of Josh's friends. The villa is located deep in the forest, far from the city. When they arrive, we see that apart from Josh and Iris, 4 other people are already there. One of them is Sergi, the owner of the house and a very wealthy businessman. Then there's Kat, who is Sergi's girlfriend. The other 2 are Eli and Patrick, a couple who are deeply in love with each other. After a while, everyone sits down together and starts chatting. While talking to Kat, Iris learns that Sergi is actually a married man with a family. Despite knowing this, Kat is still with him as his girlfriend. This surprises Iris, and she asks, "Then doesn't Sergi love you?" Kat replies, "Love? That's not even the issue. Sergi doesn't even see me as a human being. He just keeps me around to use me. To him, I'm nothing more than one of his products, like his car or phone. He'll get rid of me whenever he feels like it." Hearing this, Iris is shocked. Later that night, everyone parties together with music, dancing, and drinks. They all enjoy themselves. The next morning, Iris wakes up and tells Josh, "Let's take a walk around the house." Josh replies, "I'm not feeling well, and I need a bit more time to freshen up. You go ahead to the lake behind the house and wait for me there. I'll join you in a little while." So Iris goes to the lake alone and waits for Josh. While there, she suddenly notices a knife in her pocket. She's shocked and can't figure out how it got there. Before she can make sense of anything, Sergi arrives and follows her to the lake. Seeing him, Iris quickly hides the knife back into her pocket and tries to return to the house. But Sergi stops her and starts chatting. Suddenly, he becomes aggressive and tries to assault her. Iris struggles to stop him, but when Sergi doesn't listen, she finally hits him on the head with a glass bottle and knocks him down. Furious, Sergi grabs Iris, throws her to the ground, and starts choking her, trying to kill her. In a desperate attempt to save herself, Iris takes the knife out of her pocket and stabs him in the throat, killing him. Covered in blood, Iris rushes back to the house and tells everyone what happened. At first, everyone is shocked by her appearance. Then Iris says, "Sergi tried to assault me, so I had no choice but to kill him in self-defense." Crying, she turns to Josh and says, "I thought I'd never see you again, and that fear made me act out. I didn't mean to kill him." As she says this, she breaks down in tears. At that moment, Josh looks into her eyes and calmly says, "Iris, go to sleep." The moment he says that, Iris suddenly shuts down like a robot and falls motionless on the floor. After that, Josh and the others tie Iris's hands and feet to a chair, imprisoning her. It's at this point we learn the shocking truth. Iris is actually a highly advanced robot. Robots like Iris are called companions. These companion robots are designed to be human partners, meant to eliminate loneliness. The most fascinating part? These robots didn't even know they were robots. They believed they were real human beings. They could think, speak, act like humans, do everything from emotional conversation to cooking and housework. Each of these robots had an owner, known as a user. From the moment they were activated, they were programmed to fall in love with their user. Their systems were filled with fake memories from childhood up to their current age, so realistic that they never suspected they weren't real. They were connected via an app to their user's phone, which could control them completely. Through this phone, one could make the robot speak any language, change its eye color, or adjust its intelligence level. Most importantly, they had a built-in safety feature. They were incapable of harming any human or animal. So the question now is, how did Iris commit murder? After tying her up, Josh and the others decide to call the police and report everything. But before that, Josh says, "I want to talk to Iris one last time." He reactivates her. As soon as Iris is turned back on, she becomes frightened and says, "But I was just talking to you. How did I end up tied to this chair?" What had happened was, once she was deactivated, her memory froze at that exact moment. So upon reactivation, her memory resumed right from where it had left off. Josh then tells her the whole truth about herself. At first, Iris refuses to believe any of it, but then Josh uses his phone to change some of her settings and shows her undeniable proof that she is indeed a robot. Iris, still shocked, says, "But I remember everything, how we met, the school I went to as a child, who my friends were." even 2 trips abroad. I remember it all. Josh replies, "Those are all fake memories, artificially programmed into your system." We then see a flashback showing that Josh had bought Iris from a company called Empathics. The company staff had come to his home to explain how to operate her. Hearing everything, Iris feels like the ground has slipped from beneath her feet. She struggles to accept the truth. But after being shown undeniable proof, she finally says to Josh, "So what if I'm a robot? I still love you. Nothing's changed between us. We can still be together like before." But Josh responds, "That's no longer possible. You've killed someone. Now you must be handed over to the police." As they're talking, Kat walks in and says, "You're still wasting time talking to Iris instead of calling the cops. Just shut her down immediately." Hearing the word shut down, Iris becomes terrified. She begs Josh tearfully not to do it. Then Josh and Kat step into the next room, and from their conversation we learn the shocking truth. They had orchestrated the whole thing as part of a master plan to use Iris to kill Sergei. Josh and Kat knew that Sergei had a daily habit of walking alone near the lake behind the house. So Josh deliberately sent Iris there alone and secretly placed a knife in her pocket. Then, using a USB drive connected to his phone, he hacked Iris's software and disabled her safety settings, making it possible for her to harm humans, something she normally could never do. Josh and Kat also knew that Sergei had a shady character and would likely try to take advantage of Iris if he found her alone. And since her safety setting was now off, Iris would act in self-defense and end up killing Sergei, just like they planned. Everything happened exactly as they had hoped. Now Josh's goal was to reset Iris's safety settings before the police arrived, so that no one would ever know her programming had been tampered with. While Josh and Kat were talking, Iris managed to free herself using the knife lying on the floor. But just as she was about to escape, Josh entered the room. Iris punched him in the throat, injuring him, grabbed his phone, and ran away. Now Josh and Kat were in a panic, because if Iris got caught by the police or the companion company, they would discover that she had been hacked and manipulated into committing the murder. That would expose everything. So before the police arrived, they had to find Iris in the forest and reset her software using Josh's phone. But tracking her down in such a vast forest was nearly impossible. So they had no choice but to tell Eli and Patrick the truth about their plan to kill Sergei. Initially, Eli refused to help. But Kat then revealed that Sergei had stashed $12 million in a locker inside the house. She proposed that they split the money equally among themselves. The money changed Eli's mind, and he agreed to help. Inside the locker, they found not only the money, but also a gun. Josh now said they'd split the money 3 ways. Because just like Iris, Patrick was also a companion robot, and Eli was his user. What's more surprising, Patrick knew he was a robot. Eli had told him everything from the beginning. Now, Josh, Kat, Eli, and Patrick head into the forest together to find Iris before the police do. Meanwhile, we see Iris sitting alone in the forest, examining all her settings using Josh's phone. That's when she discovers that her intelligence level was set to only 40%. She immediately boosts it to 100%, and with that upgrade, a wave of new ideas and awareness floods her mind. She decides she'll return home, freshen up, change clothes, grab some money, and escape far away to start a new life. But there's a problem. Her house is 150 to 200 kilometers away, and she can't walk that far. Plus, she's covered in blood, so no one would give her a ride. She decides to sneak over to Josh's car, unlock it using his phone, and escape. On her way there, she spots Eli and Patrick searching for her in the forest. She hides behind a tree and overhears their conversation. That's when she learns the entire truth about Josh and Kat's plan, how they tampered with her software and used her to commit murder. While she's hiding, Josh's phone suddenly rings in her pocket, giving away her location. Hearing the sound, Eli fires at her, trying to kill her. Iris narrowly escapes and starts running, but after a while, Eli catches up to her. In the struggle that follows, Iris shoots and kills Eli in self-defense. The sound of the gunshot draws Josh, Kat, and Patrick, who begin heading toward the scene. But by then, Iris has already escaped and made it to Josh's car. She locks herself inside, but there's another problem. The car is high-tech and can only be started by Josh's voice command. Thinking quickly, Iris uses Josh's phone to modify her voice settings to imitate his voice. Just then, Josh arrives and repeatedly begs her to unlock the door. Iris refuses. Josh then picks up a nearby rock and tries to break the window, but before he can get in, Iris successfully mimics Josh's voice and starts the car, driving away. As she speeds off, the car runs over Josh's foot, severely injuring him. Iris thinks she's finally on her way to freedom, but soon, the car suddenly stops by the side of the road. It turns out Josh had reported the car stolen to the police, who remotely shut it down. Amid all this, Josh calls Iris and says, "I'm sorry for everything. Please come back. We can fix this. We can still be happy together like before." But with her intelligence now at 100%, Iris sees right through his lies. She tells him she's never coming back and breaks up with him. Josh, unable to accept defeat, returns to the forest where Eli's body lies. There he finds Patrick sitting beside Eli's body, heartbroken. Josh uses Eli's fingerprint to reset Patrick and links him to himself, making Josh Patrick's new user. Patrick now forgets everything about Eli and is fully loyal to Josh. Using Eli's phone, Josh also modifies Patrick's software, setting his aggression level to 100%, and commands him to find and bring back Iris. Meanwhile, Iris breaks the window and climbs out of the locked car, only to be approached by a police officer, who starts asking her questions like what she's doing alone in the woods and why there's blood on her clothes. Now here's the issue. Iris, being a robot, cannot lie. But if she tells the truth, the officer will arrest her. So she cleverly changes her language setting to German using Josh's phone and begins explaining everything in German, how she killed Sergei and Eli in self-defense. The officer doesn't understand a word, but then he notices the bloody knife inside the car. Suspicious, he tries to arrest her. Just then, Patrick arrives. When the officer tries to stop him, Patrick, overcome by rage, shoots the officer dead. He then shuts down Iris and loads her into the police car, driving her back to Josh. From a distance, Josh and Kat see the police car approaching in panic, but when it stops, they're relieved to see Patrick step out with Iris. In the trunk lies the officer's dead body. Seeing this, Kat is terrified. She realizes things have gone way too far and tries to escape with her share of the money. Josh tries to stop her, saying, "If you leave now, we'll both get caught. We have to testify together." But Kat refuses to listen, so Josh orders Patrick to stop her. With his aggression maxed out, Patrick walks up behind Kat and stabs her in the back. Josh is shocked. He realizes that by setting Patrick's aggression to 100%, he's turned him into a violent killer capable of harming anyone. Kat dies in front of him, suffering terribly. Yet even after all this, Josh's greed remains. He activates Iris again and starts talking to her. Josh says, "While you were shut down, I brought Patrick over to my side, and because of you, Kat is now dead too. Everything that happened here, it's all your fault." Iris replies, "No, I know everything. I know how you and Kat used me to kill Sergei and steal his money. You are responsible for everything that happened here, all the deaths. No matter how much money you steal today, the truth is that you're a weak, pathetic man. You've never achieved anything on your own. You're a coward who always wants control, who wants everyone to follow your orders." Josh's ego is shattered. He says, "Your intelligence has grown too much, hasn't it?" He then uses his phone to reduce Iris's intelligence level to 0. He orders her to place her hand on a lit candle, and with her intelligence gone, she obeys without resistance. Her artificial skin catches fire, and she screams in pain, but she can't pull her hand away on her own. At the last moment, Patrick pours water on her hand and extinguishes the flames. Josh then hands her a gun and orders her to shoot herself in the head. Iris doesn't want to die, she wants to live. But with no ability to make her own decisions, she obeys Josh's command. She shoots herself and ends her own life. After that, Josh quickly calls Iris's company and brings in some of their people. When they arrive, Josh tells them that Iris killed Sergei, Kat, and Eli on her own, and then shot herself in the head to commit suicide. To back up his false claim, Josh even dresses Patrick in the uniform of the police officer who died earlier and has him pretend to be that cop, giving a fake statement to the company representatives. After hearing everything, the company officials say maybe there was a software malfunction in Iris that caused her to do all this. Then they take Iris's body with them to bring her back to their lab. Before they leave, Josh asks them, "Is there any way to turn Iris back on?" The company officials reply, "Iris's CPU, memory, and all critical components are safely stored inside her abdomen. Her head only contains some antennas and Wi-Fi modules. Since her internal systems are intact, we can fully recover her. In fact, everything that happened to her is recorded through the cameras in her eyes, and if we want, we can recover all that data too." Hearing this, Josh becomes terrified. He realizes that if Iris's data is recovered, everyone will find out the truth about what he did. The company staff take Iris into their van, connect her to a large computer, and begin rebooting her system. Once rebooted, Iris will be back to normal. As the company vehicle is about to drive away, Patrick suddenly appears and opens fire on them. Josh had ordered him to do this. Patrick's bullets kill one of the two company staff. The other somehow escapes the van and flees into the nearby forest. But soon, Patrick hunts him down and tries to kill him too. Meanwhile, Iris's reboot completes, and she is fully powered on again. With a taser gun in hand, she goes to stop Patrick. But after the reboot, all her systems have reset to default settings, meaning her safety mode is re-enabled. Because of this, she can't harm Patrick, even if she wants to. Seeing Iris, Patrick leaves the company employee alone and tries to kill her instead. That's when Iris says, "The person you're doing this for doesn't love you. Josh used both you and me. Your true love was Eli, who died this morning." She begins telling Patrick more things about Eli. Hearing these, Patrick slowly starts to remember all his past memories with Eli. At first, the memories make him feel good, but then he recalls how Eli died in front of his eyes, and he starts crying in deep sorrow. Eventually, Patrick begins to blame himself for Eli's death. Gripped by anger, grief, and regret, he shoves the taser gun into his mouth and electrocutes himself, ending his own life. After Patrick dies, the surviving company employee sitting nearby tells Iris, "Today you saved my life. Thank you so much for that. To repay your kindness, I want to help you." He then transfers Iris's full control over to herself. This means Iris no longer has to obey anyone's commands. From that point on, she is free, just like any other human being. Meanwhile, inside the house, Josh is stealing all of Sergei's money from the locker and trying to escape. Just then, Iris arrives. Seeing her, Josh frantically tries to use his phone to control her. But Iris says, "The company guy gave me full control over myself. That means no one can control me anymore. I'm completely free now, and if I want, I can kill you." She points a gun at Josh, but can't pull the trigger. Deep down, Iris still loved Josh and had a weakness for him. Taking advantage of her emotions, Josh pretends to apologize and love her, gets close to her, and suddenly attacks her. He shoots her in the stomach, intending to destroy her completely. Before killing her, Josh says, "Say it one last time. I was your everything. You loved only me." Even at the last moment, Josh just wants to satisfy his ego. Iris, crying, begins to say the words Josh wants to hear. But then, she notices a knife lying on the floor nearby. She grabs it and stabs Josh in the head, killing him. At last, Iris is free from Josh forever. She then washes up, cleans herself, and removes the burnt skin from her hand, fully accepting that she is a robot. Even after learning her true identity, she learns to love herself. She puts on new clothes, takes all the money from Sergei's locker, and leaves the house. From now on, she will no longer follow anyone's orders. She will live her own life on her own terms. And that's where the story of this movie ends. In real life, just like Iris, many people find themselves trapped in toxic relationships where they tolerate abuse in the name of love. And this abuse can come from either men or women. But in the end, just like Iris, we must accept our weaknesses, love ourselves, and walk away from the toxicity, even if it means starting life over from scratch. This movie has many more hidden messages and meanings, but explaining all of them would make this video too long. So let's end this one here for now. Let us know in the comments how you liked this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. If not, feel free to dislike it. We'll see you again in the next video.